With all the nasty stages of load shedding really starting to bite and blackouts becoming just another part of suburban bliss, South Africans are starting to wake up to the idea of finding an alternative to Eskom. Cleaner resources are a great start, and South Africa is among scores of nations pursuing cleaner energy. A study done by the African Bank found that over 60% of Africans don't have access to electricity, and demand on the continent is likely to expand sixfold by 2050. Africa needs sustainable power, and it needs it soon. That's why more than 600 delegates from across the continent and other nations have gathered here at the African Utility Week in Cape Town to discuss clean power in Africa. The 15th annual African Utility Week and Clean Power Africa is the only global meeting place, conference and trade exhibition for African power and water utility professionals, offering a unique networking opportunity for engineers, stakeholders and solution providers alike. It's right here that the birth of a solution may very well come to light, perhaps even through one of these creations.
Well, African Utility Week and Clean Power Africa, which is entering its 15th year this year, brings together key decision makers from the industry, from water, from power, from finance, banking, utilities, regulators, government, all bringing them together under one roof and providing knowledge sharing opportunities, providing learning opportunities, and providing them with the chance to see the latest technologies that will help them deliver on these key sectors for the African economy. It's very, very wide because, of course, we cover the entire spectrum from water to renewables to generation to metering, and then your consultants as well coming in, your energy experts. So what we can look at in terms of the different areas, we've got your solar, we've got your inverters and your home solar solutions. So from the panels to the inverters to the battery storage. So you can go to our renewables section, you can find all of that together. Then we look at the more professionally focused areas. So these are your large companies that work with governments, they work with utilities to drive massive hydro projects, drive massive generation builds. And then we go all the way down to your smaller retailer who's looking to stock LED light bulbs, who's looking to stock that lower end technology for your electrician that you'd see every day.
The global meeting provides not only the opportunity for conferencing, but also a unique occasion for networking between professionals. Trade exhibitions on display cover a wide array of design solutions ranging from generation, smart grids, clean power, and water and energy efficiency. Worldwide, electrical utilities are embarking on smart grid pilot systems to demonstrate the technology.
I do believe the need is quite extensive. The reason for my belief is at the rate that the users are growing of electricity. It is important that we incorporate the necessary technology and start using it in a smarter way to ensure sustainable supply of required electricity. One of the benefits that we are addressing is, for example, prevention of load shedding or darkness during load shedding. And the way we do it, we say we need to bring technology to the table. So we have meters that we provide, we have software, the back office software that enables the technology link, but we also bring skilled resources to the table that can actually operate this. And more importantly, we bring the necessary facilities which the guys can utilize to operate it so that it's sustainable. I do believe that smart grid, smart technology is an inevitable part of the evolution of how we need to start managing and using our electricity. So it really becomes an issue more of, do we want to be left behind or do we want to be part of a smarter way of having sustainable supply of electricity?
Renewable energy and the rapid deployment of energy-efficient solutions will help with energy security and climate change mitigation. And of course, there'll be serious economic benefits, especially for rural areas.
At the moment, South Africa is producing renewable energies from wind farms and from PV installations and from biogas installations on a smaller scale. The most interesting part is, particularly in Cape Town, that embedded generation actually is taking place and is being absorbed in the city's grid. I think it's underutilized at the moment because energy in the long run in Africa and Southern Africa was extremely cheap. As an example, I came here in '94, coming from Europe or Germany. We paid extremely high tariffs for electricity. In South Africa, I would not look at my electricity bill. That has changed, and with the rising prices, I think the utilization of renewable energies will be increasing. It could have started much earlier.
I think our approach to solving water and energy problems in Africa is to look at what we have in our existing infrastructure and see where we are not optimum in terms of our operational systems, and look at how we can ensure that we improve our operational system. Because remember, in a typical pump station, if you waste water, that means you pump more water. Then that means more pump hours is required. Therefore, we need to do a total analysis, total overview, get an overview of what we are using currently and where we want to be, and then we work towards that to ensuring that we have an efficient system running in place for our water systems. It is not an expensive process. I think it is a process where somebody needs to do something, to commit to do it. It is a process that will require education. It is a process that will require proactive approach. It is a process that will require us to take a step to make sure that at the end of the day, remember, we are trying to save money here. When you talk about energy, you talk about money. When you talk about water, you also talk about money, because you need money to treat water per kiloliter. So from my approach, I think it is about saving money, taking steps to save money, spending money wisely. That is most important.
Some of the innovations we've seen here today are expected to alleviate the pressures of energy consumption across the continent by 2030. Having met with the role players attempting to push forward ideas, it's clear that finding the solution together as a continent is how we'll overcome this hurdle.